Hey friend, I'm Brandon Gustafson. I help new and aspiring real estate investors launch their assisted living business. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how do residents pay for services in your residential assisted living facility. If you're interested in that, stick around for today's video. Hey friend, before we get started on our topic today, I want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. I have a free underwriting calculator there for you. It's going to help you on your investment journey. So make sure you go and grab that. It's free on the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. Let's get into the topic for today's video. We're going to be talking about how do residents pay for the services that you provide at your assisted living facility. I see this question often from a lot of people here. There's a lot of confusion as to how you actually are getting paid from the residents and how people are getting, giving you the money so that you can provide them the services that you need and you can have a profitable business. So we're going to talk about that in today's video. So at its core, there's really kind of three ways, and there's a few different avenues apart from these three, but these are the three that I really want to dive deep in here with you today. One is going to be private pay. One is going to be Medicaid, and the other is going to be long-term care insurance. So let's start off with private pay. Private pay is something that they just have the funds available to you. And those funds could come from any number of locations. It could be that they are receiving the funds because they sold a home or a spouse died, and so they had a life insurance policy that allows them to get that money. Maybe they had just saved enough up because of investments. It could be any number of reasons why they have the money or how they have the money. But what matters to you as a business owner is they do have the money and they can pay you privately for those services that are offered. That money is going to come to you from generally ACH is what I would recommend that you do. So you set this up with your bank to go and pull the funds directly from their bank account so that it just comes into you. That way you don't have to worry about getting funds from a check or cash or credit cards or any of those things. You can set up essentially a direct deposit that comes to you and provides you with those funds. So it's kind of how private pay works. Now, with that said, you can still collect checks from people. We do that in our homes, or you could actually set up, you can use vendors to set up a way for them to pay with a credit card. We also do that in one of our homes as well. And they're just good options to put in place. I highly suggest doing ACH. It removes the friction, moves any of the processes out that might cause some pain points for you as you're trying to get things up and running with your facility. Checks can bounce, they can take a while to get in place. You're doing credit card, you're going to have payment processing fees and all of those things. ACH is pretty straightforward, and a lot of banks will allow you to do that, especially your business bank accounts. And so setting that up is something that I would suggest that you look into and figure out how to set that up. It's going to just remove a lot of the headaches from you and allow you to generate the income that you need on a very consistent, regular basis that's very reliable. How you set the rates for your private pay residents is going to be, oftentimes you're going to bring them in and you're going to do an initial assessment on them. We use an assessment scorecard for ours, and the way that we created that, and if you get into some of my courses and things, I provide you with that assessment tool. It's a super useful tool to help you make some progress and help you get to where you need to be and feel confident in the amount of information that you're gathering so that you can know what rates you need to set for your residents. But you're going to bring them in and you're going to do this assessment, and it basically says these are the services that we provide, and then what level of care do we need to provide to this resident. Is with bathing, can they do it all by themselves, or do we have to do everything for them? Or are they somewhere in between that spectrum? Oftentimes it's like a rating of 0, we don't have to do anything, to 4, so it's like a 5-point scale, but it's 0 to 4. And 4 means we have to do everything. And then you're going to have just kind of some payment tiers in there based off of how much care. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about that and that assessment tool and how to go through those assessments, comment assessment down below, and I will put that on my list of videos to create for you to kind of give you an overview of what that looks like and how you can create a really solid assessment tool that's going to let you set prices up front and evaluate them on a regular basis, which gives you a way to increase your prices at your facility. Now, the second one that we're going to talk about is Medicaid. And I have videos, we're going to link one or two of them up here above us, up here, because I talk about Medicaid all the time. Medicaid is something that a lot of people are scared about when they get into the assisted living world, because there's so much complexity there to it. And it can be hard, and it can feel confusing, and there's more paperwork involved and all of those things. There's more headache, honestly. And that's true, but it is a very viable option for you to consider, especially if you're a smaller home and you really want to fill those beds quickly. Medicaid is a great route for you to go so that you can, get your beds full and start generating the income that you need at your facility so that you are able to be profitable and be positively cash flowing at your facility. At its core, when you're setting things up with Medicaid, you're going to actually get paid in two ways, and I have videos that go deep into this. But one is a daily rate that you are billing to the state or the Medicaid administrator, who's going to pay you those funds once you become Medicaid certified, and you're going to receive that. I'll put up a video about how to become Medicaid certified as well. We've done that topic here on the channel. And the other one is you're going to set up payments directly with the resident themselves. And again, you can do that just like we talked about with private pay. You can set that up through ACH, through it could be checks, it could be credit card payments, it could be any number of ways for you to collect that money from them. But you're able to set that up so you're collecting a daily rate from the state, you're collecting a certain amount based off of generally their Social Security income from the resident themselves, and that money is coming in two streams of income, if you will, and you're able to get enough income there to help support your business. So make sure you go watch some of those deep dive Medicaid videos that I have on the channel, because they're going to really help you out in understanding how to leverage that and pull that lever to bring in extra income for your residents. Now, the third one we're going to talk about is long-term care insurance. Now, this is one, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I don't have any personal practical experience with long-term care, but I did a little bit of research for you to kind of give you an overview of what it looks like. Long-term care insurance can happen one of two ways. One, you are billing directly to the resident themselves, and they pay you, and then they take an invoice or a receipt of that payment. They submit it to their insurance, who then reimburses them, and it comes back into their account. So that's one way they do it. Or you can work directly with the provider, the long-term care insurance provider or carrier, and they will pay you directly. You're not contracting with them. It's very different from that Medicaid certification process. It is more of a relationship. Hey, we are providing services to this resident who is your client, and we'd like to take out the middleman there. Can we just bill you directly or collect directly from you for that long-term care? And you're building that in. Again, here you are setting your rates, because long-term care is essentially private pay. It's just coming from a different payment source. You are going to set your rates very similar to how you would in the private pay world, where you're doing your assessments and things like that. Again, if that is interesting to you, comment down below assessment, and I will put that on my queue to create a video for you that's going to kind of go deep dive into that assessment tool, how it works, how you can do those assessments, how you do a reassessment, and those types of things. So comment that if that's of interest to you. Would love to hear what I can do to help you out along your investment journey. All right, to quickly recap what we've been talking about in today's video, we've been talking about how you actually get paid from your residents at your assisted living facility for your business to make it so you positively cash flow. We've talked about the three options: private pay, Medicaid, and long-term care insurance. I know there's others out there. There's a benefit with the VA for veterans that also can pay. If you're aware of any other benefits out there and want me to do a deep dive, make sure you comment those down below if you want me to talk about VA benefits, or if there's something else out there that you're aware of or you've heard of. Comment that down below so I can do a little bit of research and create these videos for you to help you along your investment journey. And before we close out, I want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. Have free resources over there. All of the links are down below, have 5 or 6 free resources. So make sure you go and grab those for free, especially the calculator, so that you can start underwriting and get a feel for where you're at. Get over to the website as well and go to the store, and you can get access to the business planning guide, which is really going to help you tee up everything that you need to create a solid business plan to really help you start getting some traction and clarity on where you want to go. And we are opening our mastermind. By the time this video goes live, that mastermind should be available as well. So if you are interested in learning about that, make sure you get over to the website and get on our email list, because we're going to be putting out information. Join the Facebook group. We're going to have a lot of information around that, or reach out to me directly going to assistedlivinginvesting.net/strategy. And we could talk a little bit about the mastermind what it looks like, what's included, and how it's going to help you launch your assisted living business. Does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, we are here to help you through the process, start to finish, to launch your assisted living business and help you achieve time and financial freedom. I want to thank you for watching and remind you that it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Just keep going step by step by step. If you keep going and you're consistent and persistent, I promise you are going to be successful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.